Okay, dreamer, please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at Mythical Awakened Vanessa's special dungeon. This is a very simple dungeon. Sometimes I even wonder whether I really need to make videos on this, but you know, I mean, it's still a video. So for her passive, she decreases magic damage taken, revives with 100% HP, and also decreases her cooldown when attacked. For her skills, she hits 3 targets, increases cooldown, decreased buff duration. All these kind of effects don't really affect much until the increased cooldown really hits your DPS, then you may be in some trouble. She also casts a shield on herself when she uses her bottom skill or second skill, doesn't really matter, and she also heals completely when she uses her awakened skill. Okay, so all these are the things that you will need to take note, but they are not too big of a threat. For her effect attack, she does destroy weapon as well. So when this hits your DPS, if your DPS is not geared well, you may also lose some damage, okay? So the team I do recommend is this team. I think it's very newbie friendly except for Chip, okay? Except for Chip. But if you do have Chip, then good for you. You can use this team. Now, if you don't have Chip, it's no problem. You can always run Cult, you can take out Chip as well, you can also run someone like Dylan's, which I will show later. But ultimately, you want to go for a full offensive team with Red Grid because this will buff your damage output a lot, and you don't even need Yuri to cast the debuff to land more damage, okay? So for Mei, my gear is double speed, low HP, you don't even need HP gear if you want. Berserker Ring with increased damage on magic. Standard PvE jewels, physical attack increase, crit and lethal damage increase, skill cooldown, or you want to increase awakening gauge, that's also fine. And for her traits, I didn't really touch them because I'm using her in item rate, so I kept it as such, and she will still deal very good damage. For her fighter soul, I give her increased damage on magic enemies, okay? For the front line, mainly, again, PvE armor. My red grid has nothing. So ultimately, you want defensive gear on your front line, but she won't do that much damage to you anyway. And oh yeah, so yeah, if you have Chip, Mei actually will destroy her in 2 seconds, okay? So that's the power of Mei. If her effect attack does happen, I mean. If she doesn't use her effect attack, no problem, just continue the run as per normal. As you can see here, I've decided to use Dylan's instead over Chip, because if you don't have a Chip, then this is the next cheapest option. If you manage to kill Vanessa in the first phase, okay, then use her Mei's bottom skill to kill her in the second phase. And that's it, that's really just it. Okay, so easy. For Velika though, if you really want to use a magic team, you can go with speed and lethal, okay, or speed and crit. And then you can use the same kind of jewels, but increase awakening gauge. You can also increase your damage dealt to magic enemies just for the sake of it, to deal more damage to her. Now, I tried this team lineup without Yuri, and I think it's a little slower. It's okay, very much slower, because Velika can't seem to one-shot her with her bottom skill, even after being buffed, and even with Rin, okay? So I decided that we have to use the Yuri technique, Yuri debuff, to make our life a lot easier. So once this is casted, you can buff with Velika, you can also use her bottom skill, and this will kill off Vanessa for sure, I think, unless she blocks it really badly, okay? So I think this is the better lineup. I'm using Mid Vanessa as well for lethal rate increase. You can go with Reginlay for more block rate decrease as well. Sylvia is here for magic attack increase, Yuri for debuff, and Rin is here for crit and lethal damage increase passively. Okay, so bottom skill kills off Vanessa, and then you can use Velika's awakened skill to do the second phase, get rid of her in the second phase. Overkill really, but yeah, at least, you know, it gets the job done. So with that, you can easily clear the dungeon. I would still strongly recommend using the Mei team instead, especially since we have another Bile dungeon going on simultaneously, concurrently. So using Mei is going to make your life a lot easier compared to Velika, who requires buffs. Okay, Mei is just so strong on her own, so stick with Mei and let me know what you guys think of the dungeon. Big shout out to my channel members, Yanni Phoenix, Yamaki, Hibiku, and Reggie Bautista for the support. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much and see you!